What's going on YouTube? It's your boy JV. We're back with another Ultimate Beginner's Guide. Today we're going to be going over Luna Snow, one of the top rated support characters who is commonly being banned in high rank level play. Just want to do a quick tutorial on how to use her, how to get better with her, and how she kind of blends into everything. If you guys haven't already, man, hit that subscribe button, join the channel, join the community. We're posting all the time, all these how-to guides, gameplay, and we're going live almost every day now, so it's been awesome. If you're enjoying the content, hit that like button, leave a comment down below on the next guide you guys would like to see, and anything I may have missed in the video. But she is a heavy support character with some cool abilities going on here. So if we start with her kit, her left click, right, so that you can use this as an attack, she's throwing ice at you. But this is also what you use to heal your teammates up, which is pretty cool. Now, what's great is that she is just a click and hit character, so wherever I'm clicking is where the attack is instantly going. So if a character is moving across, as long as I'm just clicking on them, it's going to instantly just nail right into them. Now, what some people are trying to really understand a low level play is that honestly, if you don't really have great accuracy, you may struggle a little bit with her, because if I do body shots to people, it's not going to do as much damage. You can see it takes a little bit, which I think is kind of the same with any character. So of her, if you can, you want to land as many headshots as possible. I'm not telling you to try to make her into a DPS healer, because that's really not her job. But when you have moments, if you can involve accuracy, you can get some free kills pretty easily. But you'd use your left click to definitely put in some damage, and then of course to heal your teammates. Her right click, which is a giant ice ball, I toss this at somebody, it will freeze them in place and allow me to get some hits in. What you'll also notice is that the right click gives me a little bit of heals as well. So not only are you freezing someone in place, allowing you to put some damage in, after freezing them, you just get the benefit of increasing your health. So great multi-use character for DPS and healing, but definitely a lot of focus on the healing. For her shift ability, I click it, and now I'm going to be able to literally just clap hands of ice at characters. And what's really cool is not only can you use that to heal people, but as you saw there, when I'm using it, I can actually shoot through my teammates, and not only will it heal them at the same time, but it will damage the characters on the other side of it, right? So let's do it again. So you can see I'm healing and I'm doing damage. Pretty crazy. Now, just so you know, when you're doing that move, headshots don't really matter. There's no difference between landing headshots or doing regular body shots. And because it is a much more slower move, I don't want you to think that it's going to get you out of trouble, just because this is regular attacks like this are going to be much faster in comparison to having to shift. If you look, it's like 1 2 1 2. See that there's a little bit more of a delay in between each of these shots. So it's definitely more of a combination of something you want to use in the middle of team fights, so you can keep your teammates healed up and still output some damage and be a really big support. Now for her E ability, basically it puts like an ice guard on somebody, right? So let one of these guys load in, I press guard here, and when I heal this character over here or someone nearby, he gets healed too. Both of them get healed. Now it's not the same type of healing, but it's like a quarter of the healing that I'm doing to somebody nearby to him, which is pretty cool. Now, what that's good for is like maybe you throw that on the tank that's diving, or you put that on one of your DPS flank characters, because they're a little bit out of reach, so you can't really heal them the way you would want to heal them. But at least it's something that's better than nothing, especially when they're so far away from you, which is pretty cool.
That's a good feeling.
Now, for her passive, which I'm sure a lot of people know, if you push forward without doing any sort of action, she'll suddenly begin to be on ice skates, which helps with movement, which is pretty cool. You can jump into this, and she'll continue to ice skating as well. The ice skating ability will not leave until you do an action. So I jump in, and look, see the ice skate ability left, and then it comes back after a couple seconds. So it's just for the help of movement. Now, some cool extra tips. You can heal from an extremely far distance. So like, look, I'm all the way over here, out of harm's way, and I can impact the game greatly, whereas like some characters have to be within a certain distance to get involved, which is pretty cool. Even if I left shift, I can do damage, heal. A lot of cool stuff that's going on there in that moment. So just make sure you're combining these abilities intelligently. Now for her ult, this is probably one of the best ults in the game. So when I press Q, she does this thing, and when it's blue, this means that it's focused on healing, and if I toggle it, it means it's focusing on damage output, fire rate. But you can actually spam it, and you'll notice that the characters will begin to do both. And this thing lasts for an extremely long time. When you're in that state, your teammates will not die. It's like almost impossible. I think the only ults that could counter you are like instant impact ults, so like Iron Man's ult or like Wanda's ult, but this pretty much will keep everyone up no matter what, which is often why you'll see when there's two Luna Snows, whichever one used her ult first, the other one is probably going to make sure that it's, they save it for the if they did save it, that third team fight will actually wind up being more impactful. So just be careful when you use it, especially when the other team has a Luna Snow, because you might have to use your ult when their Luna Snow is using her ult. But I think more when you get to like diamond level plays, this character is usually banned, so you'll be good until then, and then you have to figure out a whole nother character to use, which I guess is the whole point.
I am ready to put on a show.
And then see, like, you can spam toggle, just like this, how I'm doing it here, and it will do both with the healing and with the damage outputting, which is pretty cool. If not, it will just do one at a time, so just make sure you do that. There's like a special button press thing you can do for your mouse, where you can put it on your cursor and like rapidly shift through it, but you can just do it for your Q, and that's also fine. Just to go over just the two ways, and I know I mentioned it a little bit before, the two ways that you yourself can heal. So let's take a little bit of damage here. So one way I can heal is when I right click and I freeze somebody, I get health, and then let me take some more damage. The other way I can heal is when I left shift, I get health while I'm flashing, which is pretty cool. So those are the two ways. Now it's not instantaneous, and there's some pretty big cooldowns. So you want to make sure that when you're doing some of those moves, you do get distance in between. Because it's not like when you're playing Cloak and Dagger, and every time you heal when your teammates and you heal when you damage the enemies, that you are constantly healing yourself. So there's going to be a combination of having to make sure you're using your freeze button, and then using your shift in between team fights to make sure you stay alive. It's a little bit more, mainly you probably want to focus more on healing though when you're using your shift, because it's really not doing that much damage. And if you can, try to be as accurate as possible, because this will allow you to fly through characters. So like, let's see, if let's just spawn in a different type of character. Let's put, alright, so we have a tank, right? What does it look like when we do another tank? Good amount of damage, but the hits that you would think. And then he becomes a squishy character. Two-shot. Let's see. Let's put like a Moon Knight. 3. And then let's go back and let's put another Luna.
Double KO.
So against tanks, of course, you're not going to output the most damage, so don't be focusing on that. Focus on healing your teammates, combination of all your moves to keep yourself in the game, play the distance card, poke when you can, and then switch to healing. Use your E to guard your teammates as much as you can, and then make sure you save your ult for important team fights, and then toggle through your abilities rapidly so your team has high fire rate and stays alive the entire time. That's pretty much it, everybody. I appreciate everybody that came through and enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. GG's and peace.